Hi everyone and welcome to the chapter 2 of our Master Framer course. Today I'm going to take you through the Framer Editor UI and page settings, where we'll learn about the different tools and customization options offered by Framer. We'll also learn how to create a page and adjust the basic settings of its metadata. I am Bhupen, a web designer with more than 3 years of experience in no-code design. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button for more insightful videos. Alright, let's dive in. Framer Editor can be divided into 4 parts: left sidebar, canvas, right sidebar, and the toolbar. Left sidebar is where you can create and adjust pages. The layers for each page are present on the left sidebar, and you can also access the assets, which are components, text styles, color styles, custom code snippets, and some other things. We'll talk in detail about the page settings at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. Layer section is like a bird's eye view of all the content on your page. Every element you add, whether it's text, images, or buttons, will appear here. You can adjust how different elements are nested in each other and how they are arranged using the layers panel. Now let's talk about the toolbar in Framer. See this button with Framer icon? This is where you can access, add, or adjust majority of the elements on your website, like adding frames, code overrides, and plugins. There are many more functionalities present here, but you generally do not need to open this. For now, I want you to remember only one shortcut, which is Command+K for Mac or Control+K for Windows. This shortcut will open up quick actions, whatever you want to do, like adding frames, accessing plugins, libraries, or add code overrides. Everything is accessible here, just like Spotlight feature in MacBook. As we will progress in the course, we'll start to memorize the shortcuts for all essential things on Framer. But for now, just remember that whenever you can't find a thing that you want to add on a page, or not able to find a specific project setting, just try to search it on Quick Actions bar. Now on the right is the plus icon. Using this, you can add different elements, pages, or sections. These are pre-built sections and pages available for you to just drag and drop. The best thing about them is that they are already responsive, so you do not need to adjust them for mobile and tablet variants. You will also find pre-built navigation bars and menus here. This is where you can add a CMS collection on the page. But ignore this right now, because there is a dedicated button on Toolbar for creating and accessing CMS collections. Below this, there are different pre-built elements that you can add on the pages. Take your time to go through all these elements here, because these elements are really essential and useful when creating your website, like search bar, forms, cookie banner, and many more elements like them. Next to this is the button to add frame, stacks, photos, and videos. But you will never really need to open this, because we'll add all these things using the keyboard shortcuts. Now with this T button, you can add text. Again, you do not need to use this button, because we'll add these basic elements using the keyboard shortcuts. Next button is for CMS. We'll learn about CMS in a dedicated chapter in later videos of the course. Now next to it is the plugin button, where you can search for plugins and access them. On the right, you can access the collaborators on the project and invite them to work on the project. Using this button, you can change the website languages for different regions. For example, here you can adjust that you want the website to be in German language when the website is accessed from Germany, and the browser setting has the same language. We'll also go through this in course later. Now using the button next to it, you can access the site settings, where you can add favicon, Google Analytics ID, see the previews, and many other things. Next to it is the button to access the in-house analytics offered by Framer. Now using this play button, you can preview the website for different breakpoints. Here you can invite others to collaborate on the website. And next to it is the button to publish your website. Now let's talk about the middle portion of the editor UI, which is the canvas. This is where we will design our website. You may have noticed that this is where you can see the major difference between the Webflow and Framer. The canvas on Framer is very similar to Figma. All the breakpoints are accessible on the same canvas. You can add elements and assets outside the page to maybe link them like I have, or maybe add a screenshot of a website or a section for reference. The right toolbar will be empty when you are not selecting any element on the layer. But as we select an element, the right toolbar becomes accessible. Now let's look at the functionalities offered on the right toolbar. Using this button, you can link any element to another page, section, or an external website, making it act like a link. Using this, you can convert a simple rectangular frame to a functional button. Let me show you this using an example. Let's open the nav bar. Look at the services text. I have linked it to the home page and then further to a specific section of the home page, which is services. Then I have further added the scroll setting for this button, and you can adjust the styling of the link here directly, but I do not recommend adjusting stylings here. So when I preview this and click on the services button, it scrolls down to the services section of the home page. Now here you can adjust the sizing of the elements. Using this add button, you can add the constraints like maximum width, minimum width, and other things like that. Using this plus icon next to the effect section, you can add different scroll or hover animations, adjust the speed for that element. Using this, you can create parallax effect. This is a very important section and we'll cover it gradually in the later videos of our course. This is the overlay section. You might have seen something on various websites that as you start scrolling a web page, suddenly a pop-up appears for you to either sign up or join the newsletter. Using the overlays, you can add that in the website and can adjust the overlay further. There are also other use cases of overlay, which we'll discuss particularly later in the course. Using this section, you can animate your cursor or maybe add a custom cursor that you like. On the style section, you can adjust the opacity, make a particular element visible in that component or breakpoint. For example, if you want a particular button to be only visible in mobile variant, then using this, you are able to do that. Next on the styles is Z-index. We'll get into detail about this later, but for now, to just get a basic idea, Z-index basically adjusts the overlapping of different elements on the web page. Next to it is the transformation section. This is where you can access other transformation features that are not visible to you till now on right sidebar. For example, you can scale an element, skew them, rotate them, add some depth to them, and many other things. Now this is where you can adjust the text settings. Below it is where you can add scroll section. Scroll section is really important. For example, the link feature that we saw earlier, when we clicked on services text and it scrolled down to that point. Now this is only possible when we declare the section of website as scroll section. It is also really important for scroll animations. Below it are accessibility and code override features. They are not widely used in creating a website, but we'll talk about them when we'll use them ourselves. So this is all about the editor UI of Framer. I would encourage you to open Framer, create a new project, and go through all these features and functionalities. The motive of this video is just to make you feel comfortable and confident with Framer. Because if you know all the functionalities and features offered by Framer and where to find them, you will automatically not feel like a newbie in Framer. So last not the least, let's quickly talk about the essential page settings that you must know. But before we start that, hit the subscribe button so you do not miss the next chapters in our Master Framer course. Let's open the page section on the left sidebar to understand this. There is only one page on our website, which is home page. Home page is the page where user lands when he visits the root domain. For example, the home page of Apple website will be the page that user will land when he visits the root domain apple.com. When you want to create the name of a page, which is the title, you go to the page settings, which are also the metadata of the page. Using the plus icon, you can create new pages on your website. Let's name these pages blog and shop. You can see that there are slash on the front of page name. This shows the path of the page on URL of the website. So these shop and blog pages will have a path like domain.com/shop or domain.com/blog. Now you want to add further pages into the shop page. Then create a new page like product 1, then add this into the shop page. Now its path is something like domain.com/shop/product1. You can do the same for other pages like blogs. Suppose you do not want a shop page, you just want the product pages, but their path should have a shop in them. Then all you have to do is create a folder named shop and add the product pages in this folder. The path will still be same like domain.com/shop/product1, but there is no shop page in website. This page setting is really essential. This is something which sets a beginner and experienced Framer developers apart from each other. Make sure to try this in Framer to understand this better. That's a comprehensive walkthrough of Framer's editor UI and page settings. In the next video, we'll talk about the website box model and also learn about the frames and stacks in Framer. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button, subscribe and share this video with your friends so you don't miss the next chapter in our Master Framer course. Leave any questions in the comment and I'll see you in chapter 3.